Hello everybody out there in the bookverse, it's Stephanie, and I am back with my November TBR Star Hop. I cannot believe that it's already November. I feel like this year has gone so quickly, particularly the month of October. Granted, I am filming this very early, so I have a lot of stuff going on towards the end of October, and so I am not going to have time to film any day after this. So I either work or I'm out of town every single day until the end of the month. So I'm filming this very, very early. It's only been maybe like 2/3 of the month gone here. I have a lot of time left still, but this is the only day I had to film, which, as you might notice, the lighting isn't ideal. It's literally like gray and raining outside, but here we are. Let's go ahead and see how I did for the month of October, considering it's so early. So my TBR for the month of October was fairly reasonable. I had the X Hex, which was for a random number generator and a new to me author. Juniper and Thorn for a book that had a map. For the Wolf for a female author. A Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches for a TikTok book from the Spinner Wheel, and Lachlan's for a book that was the final book in a series. And I am very happy to say that I have finished Juniper and Thorn for the Wolf, Society of Irregular Witches, and the X Hex, and I am about halfway through Lachlan's. So I have already won the game, even though we are not even close to the end of the month, and I am extremely proud of myself. I think that's part of the reason why I was okay with filming so early instead of filming at the beginning of November instead, is because I had already won. So I don't have to put any more black holes on the board, and I'm really, really excited about that. I'm very proud of myself. Plus, I have some good books on here. So I was successful, and I will not be placing another black hole on the board. There is not one to remove, so let's just jump right into it. So we only have the one black hole on the board again. This has been a good few months, so let's go ahead and jump into the first roll. 7. Whew, that was quite close. Didn't like it. Okay, we get a star, and the prompt is buddy read. Okay, first roll, we missed the black hole, which is great. We got a star, and the prompt is buddy read. So for this one, I am really, really excited to be able to get on my Patreon buddy read for the month of November, and that is The Wolf and the Woodsman by Ava Reed. I read Juniper and Thorn at the very beginning of October. Absolutely loved it. So I'm really, really looking forward to this one because I feel like this is one that I probably will love even more because I think it has this kind of magical sentient forest feel to it. I'm not exactly sure how that is woven into the story, but I'm pretty sure that the magical forest is a vibe in this one, and it is one of my favorite things in books. So I'm really looking forward to this dark fairy tale feel in this magical woods. It sounds perfect. It sounds like something that is exactly my type of book. So definitely looking forward to reading this with my Patreons. And yeah, I am so glad that I was able to fit this on in the very first roll. Roll number 2. 6. Okay. Too close for comfort again, but once again, we're safe. Another star, and the prompt is graphic novel. Okay, so far the board is being very nice to me. I got another star, and this one is a graphic novel. And for this, I'm going to be reading Monstrous 6. This is the most recent, I think it's 6. If I get the numbers wrong, I'll tell you. This is the most recent volume in the Monstrous series. I have been reading and really, really enjoying this graphic novel series. It follows this girl who has these very dark magical powers inside of her. This world is at war, and they are trying to get her to either use her or kill her. There's gods. It's very brutal, and I have loved it. I think the art style is beautiful. It's gorgeous. I'll find one of the other ones to show you. So you can see just on the cover here, this is how the art style looks. Here's another look at it. I just absolutely love it. I love the colors. It's just beautiful. So I am really enjoying this series, and I am very happy that I was able to get the next one onto this list because I've definitely been looking forward to it. Third roll, a 7. Another star. Okay. Prompt this time is booktuber fave. Okay, we got another star. We might run out of star prompts at this rate, but the prompt is booktuber fave, and I know that Brandon Sanderson in general is just a booktuber fave author, so I went with Shadows of Self. This is the second book in his Mistborn Era 2 trilogy, and well, it's not a trilogy, it's a series. The fourth book is coming out in November, and so I am trying to reread this series before the fourth book comes out just so that I am ready for it and I remember everything really well. It's very fresh in my mind. This takes place about 300 years after the first era Mistborn. We're following these characters wax and wane, and they are just very funny, and this is much more comical than the first one. It has a very Wild West vibe to it, and I'm just really excited to jump back into it. I enjoyed it the first time through. I do like the first era Mistborn better, but I had a lot of fun with this one. They're much lighter reads, so they go very, very quickly, and I just can't wait for the next book to come out in this series. Oh, I'm dying. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm going to the conference, and this is just perfect to be able to fit this onto my TBR. The fourth roll, moving right along. 4, okay. Slight jinx, but not bad. Woohoo, our first non-star prompt. We get a moon, and I need to read a new to me author. Okay, we finally got a prompt that was not a star. So we got a moon, and the prompt is new to me author. And for this one, I am very happy to be able to fit on my channel buddy read, and I'm going to have this book be for the months of November and December, and that is Priory of the Orange Tree. Now, you look at how chunky this book is. I feel like, especially during the holiday months, giving people 2 months to read it might be a little bit easier. So the live show for this will probably sometime around the beginning of January so that everyone has enough time to read it. But I just know that people are obsessed with this book. They absolutely love it. It has dragons, and I actually don't know anything about the plot of this book, to be honest, which is crazy because I've heard about 1 million people talk about it, but I have no idea what the plot is. I've just heard that people love it, and it is so good. And I have never read anything by Samantha Shannon before. I know she's also written The Bone Season, but I've just never read any of her stuff. So this is going to be my first one from that author. It's thick, it's long. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope that a lot of you can join as well, because I really would like to see other people's perspective on this book, because I have heard some people say that they felt like it should have been extended a little bit more. Plus, the prequel to this book is going to be coming out next year, and I really want to have read this one so I can jump on the hype train with the new one that is coming out. The cover for it is gorgeous, and I must own it. So it just seems like the perfect time to be able to fit this one on, and I am really looking forward to reading it in November. But remember, you guys have November and December to read this book. Okay. We do not want a 4 or an 11. No 4s, no 11s. 3. Whoo! Hoo 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 hoo. That was close. Hoo hoo. Almost hit it, but not quite. Okay. Moon prompt, and I need a book over 500 pages, of course. Next prompt, we got another moon, and the prompt is a book over 500 pages. I'm not super mad about it. I feel like I'm in a good reading vibe right now. I'm getting through books and I am feeling picking up the thicker fantasies again. So I am throwing on Engines of Empire by R.S. Ford. This was a birthday gift for me from the lovely Abby from the channel Abby Salter, and she and I are actually going to be buddy reading this in the month of November, which I'm really looking forward to. I feel like Abby and I try to plan buddy reads and we just, one or the other of us just somehow fails at it all the time. So this one, I'm determined that I'm going to read at the dates that we have assigned. I'm gonna make it work. But this book is adult high fantasy. It's set in a world where I'm pretty sure like their economics, their entire, like everything in their world is based around their magic. And we are following this very prestigious family who is in charge of like the transportation of this empire, I think. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I heard that it's pretty gritty and it's very exciting and interesting and it's very political, and so I'm intrigued to see what I think. I've heard good things and I've heard that it's boring, so I don't know. Interested to see where I land on this one, but I'm very excited about it. Okay, at this point we can't hit this one, and we don't want an 8. 8 is the only number we don't want. Any other number's good, 8 is bad. Okay, here we go. Woo! 7! Ooh, that is a good number. Another moon prompt, and this one is a weapon on the cover. Okay. Okay, 6th roll, 6th book. We got a moon prompt for this one. The prompt was weapon on the cover, and I decided to go with the Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. It has swords on it, and the new cover that came out also has a sword on it. So this one counts. This is a reread for me. I am going to be rereading this one in anticipation for reading the Atlas Paradox, which I think comes out at the end of October, actually. But I am going to be buddy reading the Atlas Paradox with Angela in the month of November, and so I am really excited to reread this one. I'm actually going to be reading the new version that was published by Tor, or was it Orbit? One of the two. One of them picked it up and traditionally published it, and so I know that there have been some changes made to the book. I'm not sure exactly how major they are or what to expect, but I am very interested in seeing what I think of the like extra edited version of this book, because I really loved this version of it. So looking forward to rereading this one, and then also reading Atlas Paradox in November. So yes, definitely excited about this. Here we are for our final roll. Doesn't really matter what we get, and we get a 9. Woohoo! We are done and on to the spinner wheel. This was a great month. Okay, we are on the spinner wheel part. This is my favorite part of the game. I love it. It's so much fun. So I have my timer. I will spin a wheel, and I will have 10 seconds to find a book that matches the prompt that I get on the wheel, or I have to spin again. Or if I pick the same, or if I land on the same prompt as I got the last time, I do have to spin again as well. The last prompt that we got was TikTok. So let's see what we get. Turn up the volume. Okay. Here we go. Series continuation. Okay. Ah. Got it. Yay. I win. So the book that I picked for series continuation, I don't know why I lost my breath a little bit there. That's crazy. I'm a little out of shape apparently, but The Bands of Mourning by Brandon Sanderson, 3rd book in his Second Era Mistborn series, which I put Shadows of Self on the TBR already. So now I have 2 books within the same series on here, but this is a continuation of his Second Era Mistborn series, preparing myself for the 4th book's release in November. So yay, very excited that I was able to fit this one on here. I did have to unbury it. Hopefully I didn't damage any books in the process, but yes, this is the final book on the list. Let's look at this TBR, because I'm starting to think I got a little bit I think I have a little bit of thick books on there and it might be a little intimidating. So yeah. Okay. Here's the stack. It's a little bit hefty, I must admit, but we have The Wolf and the Woodsman for a buddy read, the Atlas Six for a book with a weapon on the cover, Engines of Empire for a book over 500 pages, The Priory of the Orange Tree for an author that I've never read from before. I have Monstrous Volume 6. Sorry, I should mention that while I'm thinking about it. For a graphic novel. Shadows of Self for a booktuber fave, and Bands of Mourning for a series continuation, Spinner Wheel. This is actually a pretty hefty stack. I felt like the board was being really nice to me, but then apparently I just decided to put thick books on my TBR. I'm really looking forward to all of them, plus 3 of them are rereads. That's insane. I don't think I've ever had more than 1 reread on my TBR ever. And this time we have 3. So hopefully those ones go fairly quickly. I'm looking forward to all of them. I think this could be a great reading month. My arm's getting tired though, so I'm gonna put these down. Okay, that is the end of my November TBR. I think the game was moderately nice to me. I think I was a little mean to myself, but I am really looking forward to all of these books, and I think I'm in a good reading mode at this time. I still have some time left in the end of October, so I might start reading my November books now. I don't know. We'll see what I feel like doing. I don't really have a problem reading them early if that does happen, if I finish my October books first. So that might help me get through some of them, because I think November is going to be a very school heavy month, but I'm really looking forward to all of these books. I am thinking that I'm going to love, if not all of them, at least most of them. So let me know down in the comments what books you're reading in November, which books you're looking forward to, and also if you're going to be joining for Priory of the Orange Tree, let me know down in the comments. I think it's going to be a really fun time. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button down below and the bell icon so you'll be notified when I post new content, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!